Dante is still one of my favorites, just because he can do everything and he's broken as fuck. You come up, you press 2 times, into 4, everything dead. You don't need the companion for it or anything. And even better, what I would say is that everyone needs a Dante in team. Dante enables every single frame to be viable for level cap just because how his overguard works. And when we look at his passive and the final verse, Page Flight, we realize why he's so godly with all the status damage and status chance things. So not only he buffs the entire team with a regenerating overguard, he also can instantly expire all the status to deal the damage in one hit, and he multiplies it by way more than you see now, because we will stack some ability strength, and if you would be going for a full out ability strength, that would be around like 20 plus, so twice as much, and it's already like on a stupid numbers when it's 10x multiplier. And after you watch this video, you're gonna know a trick for Wordwarden. You could say that's a small detail, but that's really another thing put into his extended list of broken capabilities. Look at the range of these things, baseline 30 into 70 meters for every verse. This is insanity. Especially that I'm just on a soft range build with 235%. His third ability that applies all the slashes, 20 to 47 meters. And same radius for the ability that gives overguard to you and your team. And all my loadouts consider of Roar Helminted on number 1 ability, because I will tell you a trick about Noctua and the way you should actually use it. So to be fair, considering you can play him as a weapon platform, support to your pet to do damage, a buffer, I don't know, caster, call him what you want. The fact that the hype for him died out is just bizarre to me, because he truly is one of the best frames. He can do all. He is just superb frame. If new player could play Dante, that would be the best possible pick for a new player to enjoy the game. Not to mention you would not die, you will always have damage, you will have fun. On top of all of that, you will also get free scans to your codex. Let's start with his weapon platform build, because this is where I wanna explain the Noctua and Wordwarden, plus what we need on the weapons for the trick to work. So let's start with the Noctua build, which gonna look like this. If you don't see multi-shot mods, that's simple, they just do not work, at least for the Noctua version of your Wordwarden, and we're gonna get some viral with some heat, crit of course, some damage, galvanized shot, just like this. We would be using Panzer in the loadout for weapon platform, built like this, with the claws like this, but I will need to take him off now, so I can show you the Wordwarden trick. For the weapon platform build, with Wordwarden included, we will need like Kuvacom or Strun Prime, but since everyone knows Strun Prime, I'm gonna show you the Kuvacom, built like this. We will need Arcane Tempo on Dante himself. We will also be having Furies as an alternative. Both weapons need to be with Blast, and this is also why I have Path Assist with Blast and that forced viral and electric melee influence, in case I wanna melee. So take a look, our viral from Noctua will get procced by the blast, proccing the Noctua, and Noctua reshooting at the enemies. 7. Boom boom boom, and Noctua applies the virals, dealing some damage. Of course, if I speed up the everything, it's gonna just go bananas with the Noctua, and we have virals everywhere. But what I realized is even funnier is Blast build on the Noctua itself. And just quickly before we go further into the video, as you guys can see, 90% of you are not subscribed. So if you're enjoying the content, please leave a subscribe and maybe share with anyone you think would be interested in the video. And don't forget about the bell icon so you can get notified with the latest uploads. So thank you in advance, and let's continue with the video. Take a look, I'm just gonna use Compressor instead now, so I have Viral, Corrosive and Blast. And look, the first explosive blasts, and Noctua will just forever work on its own now, because it's gonna pretty much 10 out of 10 times apply that blast. We could get some more status to guarantee it, but if enemies are stacked, we kinda are guaranteed for that blast. And as you can see, as I'm talking, Noctua keeps on attacking them. But time to go over Dante, and let's start with Archon Shards, because people are always asking for them, and I always forget to include them, so here we go. It's casting speed times 3 and times 2 ability strength. Pretty simple, and I wanted to make the build as flexible as possible for wherever I play, and Dante just feels shit without casting speed, so you can feel completely free to put like 3 of them. So for the weapon platform, at least when I'm using Kuvacom, I have Arcane Tempo, Molt Augmented, Growing Power, Preparation. I really do like to start with full energy. You can put anything you want in both slots here, but I think I like Growing Power and it fits what I wanna achieve, so that's what I use. Blind Rage, I mean, this is basically a full strength build. Some duration, no range because we're just gonna buff ourselves and do not really bother about anything else, and Equilibrium because it still tends to be a quite energy heavy build, but you can swap it, and you could be even using something like Augur Message. It's all up to you. I guess I'm just lazy, that's why I'm using the Equilibrium. But the main idea is to achieve the most strength and the most duration possible, so we can just buff ourselves, like with Silent for example, and ignore everything else other than using our guns. And remember, we will have crazy duration on our Page Flight and Wordwarden, and that does not require any range. It does not scale with range or anything. The radius is only for buff, but as far as Noctua can shoot, it's irrelevant to this. So it doesn't affect the Noctua's shooting range and does not affect the birds flying. It's just like they're gonna fly on their own as far as they need to. Look, we just need them in range. That's definitely more than 10 that I'm supposed to have. So just remember about that Panzer loadout or any other companion you use. The Tenacious Bond is not that required when you use Kuvacom, but fucking Reinforced Bond is a must. So we just start mission, we get Roar for the double dip. Boom, we get the first buff, Wordwarden. Now we get Page Flight. Now we spam 2 into 4 till we out of energy. And we got to ramp up some comb damage. I just like to smash that weapon down and wait. Or actually, we can just kill with compressor pretty easily. That's a full primer loadout, by the way. There is no damage on it. They fucking getting knocked around like ragdolls, actually. Crazy. What? This is more damage from that compressor than I... Dude, what the fuck's happening? Is it my Panzer or what? It doesn't seem so. I mean, okay, I think that's our Noctua and the Blast AoE. They getting fucking ragdolled by this shit, look at that. The status vulnerability is just going crazy on, because it also adds that damage status. Damn, I'm so surprised whenever I try Dante. He surprises me, even though I'm making the build about the weapon platform without even trying it out before, because I already knew how godly it can be. And it of course manages to surprise me anyway. This is how broken Dante is. I mean, I'm not really trying to kill that many at the same time. I mean, to get the best KPM, but... How is this that compressor wasn't even supposed to be here? Like, imagine if I had fucking Furies. I wouldn't be able to show you shit, everything would just melt the moment the beam is on. I mean, dude, the fuck is going on? I can't see a single Noctua. I mean, I have way too much damage. I showed you an Gox at some stuff, but it's the emptiest possible damage was there. They were still kinda... I mean, this is so much better than I anticipated myself. And the fact we are getting immune when we cast our Overguard is just cherry on the cake. With enough casting speed, you can forever be immune to everything. Because Overguard giving abilities immune you for a brief time, and tier 4 on Dante always immune you, no matter which verse you use. I mean, what is going on? Maybe with this I can check. I wanna see Noctua. Come on. Don't tell me, like, everything's gonna be killing them now. I think it's the Blast proc in Noctua insta that they just flop like this. I mean, look, it has to be. Like, this is not a weapon you should use like I do now. You should wind up all the magazine in one go once you get going. What is even happening in there? Like, I have so much damage in this build and I'm so not used to it that I see some bullshit. And that's all I see. Millions of damage. Is it just the Noctua? Because to be fair, if Noctua performs like this, like, fuck everything else, then just straight up using Arcane Precision. Could even combat Discipline and use Thingy. Avenger. Wait, let's see this. Stop teleport. Oh, War. Let's see what no. Oh, he cleanses the fucking status of him. Yeah. Dante privilege, you know? You can just chill around the Acolyte. He ain't gonna do shit. Crazy, it's actually the Noctua performance being better than I... What is going on with that weapon? And it's insane because this is so impressive already and the next build is even better in my opinion. This is like... This is insane. Compressor could be probably better than Furies then, because it will prime the viral as well. I mean, dude! Look at that shit. I mean... Okay. Let's get rest of the valves again. Okay, let's shoot here. Well, trust me, you already probably see anyway that this is gonna be real fun if you try. You can just tank and watch exactly what's happening with the Acolyte because of Peace Load of Overguard. But now it's time for the casting Dante and we're gonna use nearly everything same. Panzer, gonna be using also Madurai, Pass Assist, maybe I used it a couple of times this time, and Noctua, and the Noctua will look exactly like this. The double Augur stat stick doesn't change anything on the Noctua other than keeping you even safer than you already are for the level cap missions and stuff like this. And we'll be using Sido as a primer since Slash is the main damage from Dante that comes from spamming his 3 and his 4 for the expiration of it with that multiplier, so we do one big hit. That's why Sido is probably the best, because viral, you just send the glaives and they do their thing, and viral, blast on it, just perfect. And I'm gonna get galvanized acceleration on it just to test it, but I don't recommend it yet. And our Noctua is going back to viral because I actually don't want it to kill for the video. I wanted to prime some more viral if possible. That's why we're going back to Noctua. We're just swapping to only viral and making the stat weight way more into viral. So remember, your build can look like this. It's 75 status, but mainly into the viral. Very little to that slash. Because caster Dante just needs all the virals, but that slash isn't that bad, as you know, like you spam your 3, if Noctua adds some more, well, then your 4 will add some extra damage on top, and basically that's all you really need. You could remove Hornet Strike for something else, but I don't think there's need, this is just fine. This would be the Wordwarden only build when you're like weapon platforming, because the performance, man, it's really something, not gonna lie. And we could use Sido as well for that and just shoot the glaives actually instead of Strun or Kuvakom. It depends what you prefer, but any weapon should be doing just fine. Just have like at least 20 status baseline on it. And I have to admit that the caster Dante is probably my favorite version of him, and the build goes like this. Also Roar, Equilibrium, that's very important this time. Arcane Stat was very important, very casting, like you just spam those casts. Molt Augmented, Brief Respite, but you can use any aura. This just gives you extra giga save. Preparation, you can use anything else. I just love that mod, I don't know, I just like to start the mission with full energy, period, like end of the story. That's what I'm gonna be socketing most of the time, whenever I can. Some duration, of course, the duration gonna be heavily lowered here, but this is so high. Arcane Steadfast and Equilibrium getting so much value. And then some ability strength, some range, Prime Flow of course, Blind Rage, how could it go without it? And here, with the overextended, I don't think you can change it, but here you have a couple of options. You can get even more range, some more duration for comfortable use, some more ability strength, but all the augur sets just gonna add up to your overall survival. So if you're really not sure if Dante can do level cap, I can guarantee you this, and if you're still not gonna be sure, just put some augur mods, and I mean, this guy keeps the entire team alive for the level cap, so you don't really have to worry about Dante himself. And after all, I used him to make Vergas solo level cap for me on stream live. It's somewhere in my live streams if you wanna watch. So Dante is the only frame that was in my team that didn't die, because that was my Dante, and my Dante was always close to me to get that overguard. I would completely forget about adjusting Panzer build for our energy sustain. It's gonna look like this. Mystic Bond, Territorial Aggression. We need as many possibilities for the Panzer to do damage. That's why we put Synth Deconstruct, so we have even more health orbs, and Equilibrium converts them, so Contagious Bond, so it spreads and hits more enemies, Duplex Bond, everything is just for it to scratch the enemy, like nothing else matters. Sadly, I don't have finished build for the claws, because we would be also love to see here the big electric pink, so he can apply the Archon Stretch, so if you have Archon Stretch, you can use this one instead the normal usual stretch. Because remember, having too much energy is never a problem. The only problem is when you have too little energy. And let's see if I'm right with removing Steadfast, which usually adds a lot of efficiency to your casting, for the most efficiency, for some quality of life by increasing the duration. And yeah, I wanted to adapt even more duration, but I'm not swapping. This is just too beautiful. I was also thinking to adapt Zenurik, but I decided to stay with Madurai, since most people will try to level cap on Void Cascade, and without Madurai it's a bit shitty performance there, I'd say. But I also upgraded my Noctua to go back to using Zata's Invocation, because I think ability strength is not really what he needs in that build, because that build is really broken, so all he needs to be able to spam cast like a maniac. And I reminded myself, as we killing with the Grimoire anyway when we use the alternate fire, I thought to myself that putting this one can also greatly help with the energy maintain. And I would be lying if I didn't say that Dante is one of my favorite Warframes, one of the best Warframes overall, and I just love him the most in the caster loadout, not gonna lie, it fits him greatly. Let's get our energy regen. I was using Energy Nexus also before. You could, if you wanted, you can use pass on natural talent. But I just love that casting speed. That Madura is just lovely. Let's see if our Panzer doing some good job with Archon Stretch proccing. I mean, the status on him is god awful. But well, everything dying even if I'm not pressing damage, because of Panzer. But his status is so god awful. That's why I would love to have the electric thingy. So I only have that electric instead of added viral. Oh, he procced it. But we need that electric. But yeah, Panzer can proc it. But we just need the electric mod from the business in Fortuna. So the status matches. But I'm too lazy. Not gonna fucking fly after those animals. Not gonna bite. Because the energy sustain is like fine anyway. Look my kills when I just derp around and talk, just checking if he procs the Archon Stretch or not, even though I fucking know he will. But I instantly, like, I just love casting speed on him, I don't know, I can't play without. I need to have it stacked to the full. Boom! Damn, how can you not love it? Let me see if a viral stacked guy can give me like a proper kill without status on them. Ah, not really. We need any kind of damage. 10 million somewhere I saw. One more. Yeah. If something survived more casts, I would probably do damage cap, but what will survive the stacks? Especially if I could heavy swing something with a sight, that's like a guarantee damage cap if you expire it. I mean, anyone who tried Harmony knows that already, since Harmony doesn't amplify it like Dante does 10 times, but it just melee afflictions and Harmony itself. Let's see, the Path Assist. It's a good primer AoE. If you hit 10 enemies, everything will die. You will prime it with death. You can use anything on Dante, everything will kill. Literally, look, my Noctua. It's slow, but it still completely obliterates them. Maybe I need to swap my standard test mission to Conjunction Survival whenever there is Relic. for higher level enemies, but the buffs can be interruptive. Look that. It's better to look on the red markers on the map to see how everything explodes. Oh, you can look on the map now. No, they broke the line of sight. That's why I hate whenever something gets fixed with line of sight. So terrible in this game sometimes. Line of sight has a big issue in this game of existing. Boom. Right. I need these guys. And ah my god, the fucking line of sight. I wanted it to make it look cool. Bro, stop blocking the door. I love this build. I could just turn off my brain and spam that 3, 3, 4. And for a caster frame, you know, without armor and anything, you can go balls because of the overguard. Like, jump around, not hide in a room. If you hide in a room, you already, like, you should be banned for cheating, I swear to God. How easy can you go? Oh, Argon Crystal somewhere. Okay, one press of 3. Boom! Nothing stops you. Nothing will survive it. Trax is nothing. The moment you expire your slash on the Trax overguard, even level cap, he's dead from 2 casts. Because Panzer is a nice addition. Mainly because of how quick you get your virals on him. Especially if you have viral modded. Even with his street status. Because the viral quiz do apply what you have on your claws. Boom. The kill per second could be better if I really focused on it. He's really great for SO as well. And I'm pretty sure even if you just AFK out, you're gonna be fine with stuff dying all around. Let's see. Yeah, Panzer clones will kill it, even though it's not made into damage. Yep. Especially if you send your Cedo from time to time. With added Noctua Prime. Not Noctua Prime, but priming from the Noctua. So basically, let me stack my 4 to be ready. Refresh. I'm actually gonna refresh buffs. I'm just gonna send Cedo into the Acolyte actually. Can fuck off with your bubble. It's still gonna be the best if you play Huras with him for the damage, like the original build. But I just wanted to show you like full potential of Dante. But this is just silly when you have Huras on. But well, you can play either of the builds. It's completely up to what you prefer. Or we can do a quick tune and put all the builds together and create the best version of Dante that I call the Beyond Broken one. So this build and everything in this build is to put everything all together in a perfect motion. So you're gonna be weapon platform, support, buffer, and a caster in one. Everything will be at its peak on top of everything else. So let's start off with Noctua. We're gonna be using the blast as before, but we're adding electric for that energy regen from Archon Stretch. We're staying with Madurai because Void Cascade exists and that's the quickest level cap we can go for. And honestly it just feels the best because of the casting speed. We will be keeping Pass Assist since the infested version will make it the best melee weapon anyways, so you can already start getting used to it if you really want the best possible loadout in the game. The build will be looking like this, since we don't need influence on Dante because he can take care of AoE damage himself. The game style you have on Dante also makes you sure you always have fully stacked melee exposure, and that's my Riven. It just has some hit, some status, and melee. It's like not the greatest. That's like furthest from the good Riven I wanted, but this is what I have. I have hit on it, and I want blast on pass assist anyway. For the first viral, I will always have the viral proc from it. So viral, blast, and that's all I really want on it. And since Dante is broken, no matter how much Abbey strength you have, we still stick into Zata's invocation for the energy regen. And I didn't even check this, so that's like our ever slot. You can swap to anything you need. But if you don't know what to swap to, it would be Lock Canticle to mix up with that weapon platform part of the Dante, and we get extra fire rate. If you want Abbey Strength, you can swap this for the Abbey Strength one. It doesn't make that big of a difference. And honestly, the status duration and blast really annoys me, so I'm just gonna put Prime Fulmination to cover as much area as possible, because I don't really have anything else to put here. And we have Paris Prime set for full status chance and some crit. So you probably know what we're gonna be using on the pet, which is our Hurasku Bro, built like this, pause if you need, and the Hurask Claws, built like this. So that already gives us Hurasku Bro deleting whole rooms, our mecha set deleting whole rooms, our Noctua can delete whole rooms with this fucking alternate fire, because another Noctua will send some damage as well. Obviously Patoses can do that because that's a thrown weapon and they are broken, so we have everything in our toolkit that can delete the rooms, including the Paris Prime. We just need to charge the Incarnon. And I actually changed slots a bit for the elementals, so I have Corrosive and Blast, so it makes more sense, especially with that full punch through Incarnon shot. If you cover like most of enemies in the room with it, Noctua and the Blast will do the rest of the work, even if this build is purely to give status chance to our Huras. And since I really wanted to make this build as obnoxiously broken as possible, I swapped one mod, which was the armor stripping for hitting, which is completely not needed, to stalk, so we can be invisible while we spam our abilities that do this piece load of damage. And the swaps on the Dante set, I still have multi-efficiency because the slot is completely flexible to wherever you prefer. I will still use preparation, and you do need to realize that slot is just purely because I'm lazy, and that's basically, in short, a waste of a mod slot. So yeah, you put something good. I put this because I'm lazy. Mecha Empowered, Mecha Pulse, just to fill up the Mecha set, because if you like add up all the slashes and before you expire them, if one of the mobs die, and spread all of the slashes on him again, yeah, there is quite some status damage going around there. And Archon Stretch, everything's pretty much the same. I just put the mecha set here. Just remember, you don't need to use Paris, you can use any other weapon, because adding crit chance and status to Hura's Claws is not really that needed. He will do just fine on his own. Just, you know, like, you can spread with mecha set on your own the dots, so yeah, you don't really need to juice up that guy. But anyway, like Burston or Tori, all the best weapons, they have high crit and high status anyways, so this is basically how you find out if the weapon is good. High crit, high status. So it's time to let the complete obnoxious shine in a mission. I really don't understand how the hype for this guy died down. It's pretty insane to me that it managed to die down. Just look. That's the pet. And now, that's me. Invisible caster that just can damage cap easily by using the pet. With the pet it stays this damage cap, because they only have to not get ticked before I get my 4 on them after the status spreads. You can clearly feel the lack of Madurai and natural talent. It's disgusting. So it's either me or Hura's wiping them up constantly. 183 kills at 1 minute mark, considering before they even like come close to me, it takes some time, which is really annoying as well. Just look at the kill per second, it's just insanity. And like nothing will be tanky enough to like withstand your damage in first place, so... And you don't even need the shitload of overguard just because you have Huras on. So, I don't know. This is just so obnoxiously overloaded with everything. It's insane. It's... Oh, look. I wonder how much armor I'm gonna get from this guy. 1.1k armor. Like, no words about this build. Like, no one can tell me it's not the most broken Warframe. Like, especially that he buffs with Wordwarden the entire team, first. And second, he makes every single frame to be completely free and easy to pick for level cap. Because he will just keep them alive. All they have to do is be in range for overguard. Another 840 armor buff. The range is also like... I don't even play full range mods, because the range is so obnoxiously high from the baseline. I need to get my Noctua energy regen. I also get the Archon stretch from it. Like, for real. It kills them insta because I have that blast on Noctua, so if you really only care about Noctua giving you energy regen, yeah, take that blast off. And honestly, when we use Noctua like this to get the energy regen, we also are gonna get the Archon stretch. Doesn't matter, the value on electric is low. Doesn't fucking matter at all. I will let my doggo completely erase the Acolyte when he comes. I could just use my melee weapon for it. But it's always more fun when your pet just completely deletes the Acolyte real quick. Because the problem is I need to be not hidden by him, so I can see what he's doing. You can use some melee weapon, I don't know, like, you can do whatever the fuck you want on Dante. He is like the most comfy thing to play. Look, you can maybe use, because of the line of sight changes, so you can like use Passos or Zoris for more range to kill through the walls. Like, what can I tell you? Walls, line of sight issues, get a thrown weapon. Let's rebuff, because it takes 2 hours without casting speed. 583. Kill per second stops when I'm trying to show too many things. Or the spot is kinda bad. If I found the circled room, it would be amazing. Boom! Boom with the weapon. What else? Like I said, it's a weapon platform as well, so let's kill some with Noctua. Just watch. As I said, it's gonna clear the rooms. What's next? One more Noctua use, I guess. So I can see this. For us coming there already. Oh, violence. Let my dog do work on him. Of course, he fucking turns it off. Oh my god. My dog killed him with status. I'm kinda jealous of this shit. It's so funny because I saw one guy survive here and I was like, okay, let's see if you can survive like spam cast of 3. But they cannot, because it's slash. So whatever armor they got, meaningless. Everything meaningless. Like, they will just die. If they don't die to like 4 casts, they will die to 6. With that casting speed, nothing holds you back to just press it a couple more times. And look at that Noctua. Archon stretch getting procced. Look at my energy regen. Slam fucking get full stacks finally. Look the energy regen. Beautiful. But I should have Arcane Steadfast on me just to have even better energy economy. Everything kills. Oh, I didn't show Paris Prime yet, I think. How much armor I got? 1.3k. This is a very weak version of parries. This is like no damage parries, so... Refresh the energy. I wonder what killed more, me or the pet? Noctua will just forever shoot again because of the blast. So, one shot from this. Look, this is literally some random mods, you could say, if it wasn't for the stat stick on pet. Does it matter? Nope. Because status is broken anyway. So even though it's just status, you have something like page flight. And you hear all the time my shield's breaking, the sound. That's the overguard. But a generating one is a whole different story. Everything just reprocs on that heavy gun. You can't survive. A shit build Paris. Oh, give me this. Oh, no roar. I need roar for the double. Roar, like, I know and I understand how much roar is and the double dip, but it always surprises me when I see like small bits of HP moving, then you press roar, and the entire HP that was left is gone in an instant. Let me see if I can find the oval room, or just extract. I don't know, I tried it with Verglass on level cap already. Easy. Only me, like only my Dante didn't die, but it's not because like I'm so super skilled or anything. It's just my Dante was always the closest to my Dante, so Overguard was always there. That's why you don't need the vicious bond for the armor strip. So imagine if I can kill with Paris. How guaranteed it is to kill with other weapon, or at least with Paris with a proper build. Damn, Horace is just crazy. Look at that shit. Where is he? Everything explode. Yeah, I already saw the heat everywhere. Look, Contagious Bond doing the job. Oh, look, one dies, all die. It's just so stupidly broken. All this loadout, no matter what you touch, what you have, it's stupidly over damaged, broken, just overtuned. Insane. I don't know, like, lack of words for all of that. It just says everything. Let's just fight one more acolyte. Wait, Huras is hungry for some acolytes. Oh, wait, let me get some overguard so I can stand in place and watch. Fuck off with this shit. So annoying. And yeah, overguard on top of everything else, especially for a new player. Like, you won't even get knocks. Swear to God, if a new player could pick Dante, I can guarantee you he instantly falls in love with Warframe. If you just let them, instead of Volt, Excal or Nova, just let a new player pick Dante. And I'm telling you, the player growth, the player base is just skyrocketing in an instant. Just because Dante is so much fun. He can do everything, no one struggles, no one will care that much to min-max your mods, to get all the primed shit. Because you're already gonna be fine with Dante. Because Dante. Straight up because Dante. We could put Synth Deconstruct actually instead this invisibility. Now I lack energy without it. So let's see if I destroyed them before they exploded from my Huras. Time to get... Oh, misery. Let's see what he does. Oh my god. No, when there would be a random Dante with a Huras appearing in my mission, I would probably be shitting my pants instead of these acolytes. But yeah, time to extract, because that's all from me for now. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you know now that Dante is not just for the fucking pet. Dante is for everything and for everyone as well in the team. Like, whenever I have Dante in team, I just enjoy the mission more instantly for some reason. So, hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like, comment, share and subscribe. And as always, see you on the next one.